What is our knowledge about Japanese horror cinema? We may have some notions about evil spirits that haunt the characters in these films, as well as a connection to American cinema. However, what do we really know about its history and origin? It is important to spread this knowledge to understand the different evolutions it has undergone. The unique contributions of Asian filmmakers in examining the background, and to appreciate how fascinating it can be. It is important to highlight that Japanese cinema experienced a notable increase in popularity and acquired a 2000 prominent presence after World War II. This phenomenon was closely related to the belief in the vengeful spirits of soldiers who fell in battle, who supposedly sought revenge in the form of ghosts. Although we do wish to pinpoint a recognized origin with greater accuracy, we must go back to the early 1960s. The pioneer of this genre is considered to be the film Onibaba from 1964, directed by Kaneto Shindo. The plot unfolds in a war context where a mother-in-law and her daughter-in-law struggle to survive. Working as a team, both women attack the soldiers and sell the products obtained from their labor. This film powerfully explored the aftermath of the war and the struggle for survival in a devastated environment. Starting with Onibaba, Japanese cinema continued to develop a rich tradition of films with similar themes, exploring the dark and psychological aspects of war, as well as the moral dilemmas and consequences of violence. These films captured the attention of both national and international audiences, and greatly contributed to solidifying the reputation of Japanese cinema as an artistic and reflective medium. As time went on, Japanese cinema expanded in different directions, exploring various genres and themes. However, the legacy of the films that addressed war and the ghosts of fallen soldiers left an indelible mark on Japanese film culture. These masterpieces continue to be appreciated to this day and have influenced later generations of filmmakers, who have found inspiration in their bold approach and exploration of the human condition in times of conflict. The following year, director Masaki Kobayashi presented the film Kwaidan, which earned him the award at the Cannes Film Festival in 1965 and contributed to his greater international recognition. One of the notable innovations of this film was its ability to generate a constant feeling of fear in the viewer throughout the entire plot, leaving them with the uncertainty of what would happen next, while not providing a visual answer. In the following decades, Japanese films mostly continued with similar themes, with the exception of Aosu in 1977, directed by Nobuo Kobayashi, which stood out for having elements characteristic of the slasher genre, something that was innovative for Japanese cinema. It was only in 1990 that Japanese horror cinema received the name J-horror, a term used for the British marketing of these films and which is now widely recognized. Under this label came the overwhelming success of Ringu, a film directed by Hideo Nakata in 1998. The plot centered around an evil spirit that warned of its impending appearance and killed its victims 7 days later. Ringu became a phenomenon in popular culture, so much so that years later an American remake was made known as The Ring, which also achieved great success.
じゃない。最近結構噂されてる。ビデオ見たから、見終わったら電話がかかってきて、お前は1週間後に死ぬ。死因は？
わからない。突然の心臓停止ってことしか。
普通の死に方じゃないわよ。
みんな同じ日に死んだの。
こんな死に顔初めて見たよ。
The phenomenon of J-horror in Japanese horror cinema had a significant impact on the film industry both in Japan and internationally. After being named J-horror in 1990, this genre experienced a rise in its popularity and recognition worldwide. Ringu, directed by Hideo Nakata in 1998, became an iconic film of J-horror. The plot revolved around a cursed videotape that, once watched, condemned its viewers to certain death 7 days later. This innovative and terrifying premise captivated audiences, generating a great stir and becoming a box office success. The influence of Ringu was not limited to the Japanese audience, as the film crossed borders and gained popularity worldwide. And its impact was such that Hollywood decided to make an American remake in 2002, titled The Ring, directed by Gore Verbinski. This adaptation also achieved great success and further solidified the presence of J-horror in the global film industry. The success of Ringu opened the doors to a wave of J-horror films that explored similar themes, such as supernatural curses, vengeful ghosts, and elements of Japanese mythology. Other notable films in this genre include Ju-on, The Grudge from 2002, Dark Water from 2002, and Pulse from 2001. Horror is characterized by its focus on psychological terror, the use of unsettling atmospheres, the slow buildup of tension, and the incorporation of supernatural elements. These distinctive characteristics have influenced horror cinema worldwide, inspiring directors and screenwriters to explore new ways to scare audiences. Although the J-horror had its peak in the 1990s and early 2000s, its legacy endures to this day. Many of these films remain benchmarks of the genre and have left a mark on popular culture. The J-horror demonstrated that Japanese horror cinema has a unique ability to generate chills and provide impactful cinematic experiences, and its influence continues to inspire new generations of filmmakers. In the following years, it focused more on horror comedies and increasing graphic violence in these films, including some with zombie themes. As Japanese cinema has established a closer relationship with American cinema, the production of new cinematic ideas has decreased, resorting instead to remakes or possible adaptations such as Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. However, in 2016, an exception arose with the film Sadako vs. Kayako, primarily known as the Battle of the Spirits, The Ring vs. The Grudge. Japanese horror cinema, also known as J-horror, has undergone various transformations throughout its history. It began with a strong connection to the context of wars, evolving towards more distinctive perspectives that generate constant intrigue and paranoia in the viewer. Subsequently, Yurei spirits gained great relevance in the era of the new millennium. Currently, there is a close relationship between Japanese horror cinema and American productions, although from time to time they surprise us with creations faithful to the style of the Land of the Rising Sun.